for real life people. Hi guys, Keto for real life people. Today I am going to talk about restarting keto. This was an unannounced live, and I know it's been a while since I've posted anything, but was considering everything that's been going on since March and everybody having to stay home, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to talk about what happens when you go off track and how to get back on track, including myself. If anybody's been following me on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere there, you guys know that I've been dealing with hormonal issues for almost a year. So, that being said, it has been a very interesting journey, and I have learned a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So, today I want to talk to everybody about how to restart keto, especially if you are a carb or sugar addict and you really just don't know how to start over or how to stay on track. So, I want to give you what I've been through and how I got myself back on track and how I am so, so, so happy. At this point, y'all, I gained some weight. I am not losing it as fast because of hormone issues, but I am super pleased and content with how I'm feeling, how I got my energy back, how my inflammation is gone. And whether you're in this for weight loss, or health benefits, these tips are going to be helpful. Okay, so let's start it off right away. I'm going to play with my phone while I talk to y'all because I want to be able to see comments on YouTube. So, tip number one, fats first, guys. Fats are important. When you've been off plan long enough to knock yourself not only out of ketosis, but to completely take you out of being fat adapted, where you are have relied on fat for fuel as your only resource of energy, then it is time to go back to a reset, to a restart. It's like starting keto all over. And I'm sorry I have to be the bearer of bad news, but really that's kind of the way it is. Um, so, what did you do when you very, very first started out on keto? Um, you ate fats first, you ate clean. Oh, I see people are in here. Yay, that's awesome. All right. You start with the simple basics, things like butter. Let's start with fats first. You want to ramp up your butter, your coconut oil, your MCT, your ghee, your lard, your bacon fat, whatever fat you have on hand, get it out and get ready to cook food. I always said, pick your fat and then decide what you want to eat with it. And this cannot be any more true, as I have found out. Um, if you will put fats first, you will put yourself in a state of bathing your brain in fat. And it takes 3 weeks, guys. Three. I know this to be so true. It takes 3 weeks for your brain to say, okay, I'm not getting any more sugar. I can kick on over and use fat for fuel and stay in ketosis. At that point, when you start hitting that 3 week mark, you're also going to find that your cravings to go off plan plummet. It just drops off. Um, so get yourself ready to eat however you want to, eggs, bacon, fatty cuts of meat, vegetables sauteed. Don't forget your greens, guys. Whatever you make, though, add butter to it, add fat to it. I say butter because, hey, butter and bacon, those are my babies. So, for instance, if you're a breakfast person and you like to eat eggs and bacon or sausage or any of that, do it. Eat until you are satisfied. Don't worry about, oh, I'll only have one or two eggs or, two slices of bacon and a tablespoon of fat. No, whatever it takes. Because if you're like me, guys, and you've gone off plan and your addiction kicks back in, and it's been a while since you've been there, done that, you will realize very quickly it's somewhere you never wanted to go back to. Uh, so, my best advice is the first thing to do is eat fat and lots of it daily, continually. Don't worry about the scale. Just give your body time to adjust to getting the fats in. Hi, guys. I see everybody's popping in here. Uh, Sharon says, well, here you are. Yes, I told you I was going live today, but I did not say where because actually I wasn't sure where I was going. Um, Do me a favor, if this is your first time in here and you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and then make sure you tap the little bell and you'll get notifications. Notifications on YouTube are much more reliable than your notifications on another major social media platform. They don't get changed up. Once you set that bell, you're good for go. Let's see, it says, I've got a little notice from YouTube here. Yeah, share, share, share. Oh, that's from Elizabeth. Hi, baby. That's my daughter, y'all. All right, so do share this. Share it over even while you're talking. You just pop out, pop back in. Go share it on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere, I don't know where. Just let people know that I'm talking about it. So we're going to cover fats first. I've already said it. Get your fats out. Think about what you want to eat. Maybe you're craving sauteed zucchini. Get your fat out. It could be olive oil, it could be avocado oil, it could be coconut oil, it could be just butter, it could be a mixture and a blend. Get out some good seasonings. Make sure you're using your pink Himalayan salt and kick it up with some garlic and flavor it, but just make it highly fatty. So that's going to be your number one strategy, that's a good word, for getting back on track. Number two, make sure that you have support. I can't say this enough. I mean, eating is fine, but if you need support slash accountability, then reach out. Reach out to people who are in your home who might be supportive of you and who will hold you accountable. If you don't have that option, then use your support groups wherever it's at. And if you don't have a support group, then I have one, Keto for Real Life People, on Facebook and YouTube. I just got a request this morning about, hey, how do I get back on track? Guys, it's not easy. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster. It's going to be a battle. Uh, and I'm talking to the people who are struggling, who have been trying to get back on track and still can't find their way back. It's because addiction. You can have the best of intentions and cannot understand why you're still gravitating towards food that you are not supposed to be eating and making a decision to go ahead and put it in your mouth and then feeling guilty. It's an eating disorder, it's an addiction, and it's real. So it's important to have somebody who is in your corner. I'm in your corner. I run a group because that's my heart, y'all. Um, Activities, anything that you can do to get your mind off of food and somewhere else while you're going through the restart phase will be helpful. Whether it's getting outside, going to your bedroom, sitting on your porch, going for a walk. I know we're kind of limited on where we can go right now, but find a place to be other than your kitchen by your refrigerator. You always see me in my kitchen because that's my best place for, doing broad streams or live streams or whatever they call it. But I will tell you, one of the things that I will do is I will go outside and I will stay out there. I will just stay outside and sit on my porch, or I go to my room and I will read, research, watch videos, play my video games, watch TV, whatever it takes to stay away from it until your body starts adjusting to being reintroduced to all the fats. Let's see here. Debbie says, this is so me right now. Yes. Uh, Lori, what is the name of your Facebook group? It is Keto for Real Life People. Just like I have my Keto for Real Life People YouTube channel, I have a Keto for Real Life People page on Facebook, as well as a group, which is formatted differently. And then there's also the KFRLP Clean Eating group who like to free post. So just go in there. And there are links down below, by the way, in the description box. You can find links to the group. You can find links to the page. You can find links to my Patreon if you would like to become a Patreon to help keep my keto journey coming forward. You're more than welcome. Dawn McCraw says, I drink bouillon with butter when I am hungry. Exactly, exactly. So that brings me to the next point. How do you get enough fat in? Well, when you're doing a restart, guys, it doesn't matter as much what your macronutrients or anything is. What is important is to find ways to just get fat in you, especially when cravings hit. And what Dawn just said was, um, the bouillon with butter is excellent. So, say you wake up in the morning and you are hungry and you want to eat. Great. Fix it up. Eat it up. Get that butter going, get that fat going. Eat, get your first meal in. If you're wanting something a little bit later, and you might not even be hungry. Here's the thing. This is an emotional, physical addiction, and you might not even be hungry, but you're already going back to your refrigerator. That's when you want to get something very, very fatty. Maybe you're able to get a cup of hot broth and put some butter in it and just drink it. Just like, I'm doing it. Or you might just want to get some very, some cheese, some summer sausage, some olives. Olives would be your just most wonderful bet because they're super high in fat. Kalamata, I always do that. I try to say it without messing up. Kalamata, Kalamata olives. For every, I think, 4 olives you eat has 5 grams of fat. So, like a handful of olives is 20 grams of fat. And there's something so magical about them that you can eat them guilt free and they take away cravings. That salty, that brine that they're in helps eliminate hunger. So, find things to snack on. Another snack option, you guys, how many of you out there in the comments have issues with snacking? You might not even be hungry, but you are on snack mode, like graze mode. Even when you've ate, you still 20 minutes later you're looking in there finding something. So that was me. That's what I went through. I was in beast mode. Me, yes. Uh so that's when you find alternatives. I I I have done things like cookies. Now, this is not my cookie. I'm just saying, it's not. This is a keto cookie. I bought them yesterday, okay, just to try these new clean ingredient keto cookies out. But whatever it takes, maybe it's just sugar free puddings and you've still got your sweet tooth going. Uh, Go back to your days when you very first started keto. Did you find yourself saying, "Hey, I'm starting the keto diet. I ate this meal and it was good, but at night I'm still wanting something sweet, or during the afternoon I'm wanting sweets." Then find yourself some keto treats. And again, it's at this point that I think the main takeaway here is it isn't about weight loss right now. It's not about your macronutrients and getting all of that done. It's not about intermittent fasting. It is about getting yourself back to being fat adapted. It's about getting the cravings gone. It's about not being hungry all the time. It's about being able to be confident that you don't have to worry about eating off plan anymore. It is the weight of guilt and mental anguish that you are going through. And I know that there is a lot of mental anguish every single time that you eat something you know that you should not have eaten. I'm going to take a look at the comments real quick. Let's see. Dawn says, I like romaine lettuce. I am craving healthy stuff. And that's awesome. Awesome, Dawn. Nighttime is the worst. It's like nothing satisfying. Yeah. Hey guys. Okay, so I'll take a little pause for the cause. I'll describe just what it's like for me a little bit. And if you can relate, comment below. So when my hormones shifted, I started getting cravings. I started developing belly fat. And mind you, keto. Okay. You guys have heard this story before for those of you who have already followed me. So you already knew that I was struggling with being hormonal, having cravings, starting to gain belly fat out of the blue for no reason. Well, it becomes discouraging. If you've been struggling with weight loss your whole entire life, and now all of a sudden, the one thing that worked for you, the one thing that worked is now not working. And I totally lost it. I was like, Why not go ahead and allow myself to eat some tortilla chips and salsa when I'm at the restaurant? I'm gaining weight anyway. So you do a little bit. You're not like, oh, I'm just walking away from keto. You just give yourself permission for a little bit here. And then maybe next week you're at a social event and you're like, nah, that's okay. I'll go ahead and eat some of this fruit, and yeah, I'll have a piece of birthday cake. And little by little, you find yourself creeping away from your keto way of eating. And now, instead of just gaining, 5, 10 pounds of belly fat around your stomach, you're up another 4 pounds really quick. But now your cravings are kicking in. And so that's what happened with me. It was a little insidious at first, guys. It just takes me back to what I had said from the very beginning. Do not give yourself permission to go off plan ever, never, never. Because it's a bitch getting back on track once you have fallen off 100%. So over a month's time, I finally just plunged into total chaos with my way of eating. I totally said, screw it all. My stress levels are way high. I've got lots of stuff going on. And I just ate whatever for like 2 weeks solid. And I found myself oh so sick. And when I say oh so sick, I mean physically, mentally, emotionally. I became a living wreck. I mean, my face swelled up so, so, so bad. Just inflammation all over my body. And yet I couldn't stop myself. I just kept saying, well, you're already in it. Go ahead and eat whatever you've been missing out on. Just go ahead and do it. And it was god awful. I don't think I really have felt that sick in so many years. But then the immediate guilt and the mental anguish, that's the hardest part, is getting over the stuff right up here in your head. So when I finally reached out for support to my daughter at home, my husband at home, I talked to everybody on Facebook that I was struggling. And then I finally said, that's it. And guys, that's what I did. I would wake up in the morning. I'm not even a breakfast person, but 9 o'clock every morning, I started making bacon. I started getting that butter out. I started eating those eggs, and I ate like 3 eggs and however much bacon it took until I was done. The next meal came along, and it might just be lettuce with cold cuts and cheese and slathering it in just mayonnaise and just eating it. And then I might not even be hungry at 6 o'clock, but you know what? Dinner was done. I ate again. And funny thing, I was so darn miserable, yet the inflammation started going down a little bit day by day by day by day. And within the first week, I was down 10 pounds. And I know it was all just inflammation. It did not take me out of the cravings, though. I want to explain that. So, my first week was just getting rid of some inflammation and ramping up my fats. My second week, I was still experiencing moments where I was like, I want to eat something off plan so bad. I just want to go ahead and eat this one little thing. And then I would tell myself, you cannot. It's life or death. And that's what I told myself. This is life or death, Nancy, because if you don't stop it, you're done. You're going to get diabetes like your rest of your family. You're going to have a heart attack in your early years. I mean, I self-talked really hard, and I just continued with the fat. Now here I am back on track. Thank you, Jesus. And I'm feeling great. And I'm smiling a little bit, y'all, because my daughter says, "What's for dinner?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm not hungry." She goes, "That's the one thing about you getting back into fat adaptation. You're never hungry." And I'm so happy. I don't necessarily have a lot of weight loss to show for what I've accomplished in the last 3 weeks. I've gotten rid of about 10 pounds of inflammation. Uh, but I am not hungry anymore. And I'm totally cool with opening my cabinets in here and seeing all kinds of crap that I'm not supposed to have and being okay with it. For some of you, you might need to do a pantry clean out. if you don't have family members that require that stuff to be in there, then get it out of your house or go lock it up and put a padlock on it, take the key and go give it to somebody else. Unfortunately, we just have a whole bunch of people half and half, not keto and keto. And so I finally just pushed through and got to that spot now that I can look up in this cabinet and I'm like, no, I don't need it. I don't need to eat a whole jar of frosting. Yeah, Nancy did that. Not once, but twice. Yeah, guys, I when I say that I have an addiction, I'm a binge eater, recovering bulimic. I can eat the weirdest things and largest quantities of it. So stay your course. Fat first. Big old long live. Yeah, because fat is that important. Fat is our friend. Not this fat, but the fat that we put in our mouth. Oh, and here's another thing for you. So, some people would ask me, well, Nancy, how are you doing with like large salads and lowering your fat? And while I was on track, it was good. I think what the second part of this is that you need to understand once you get past phase one and get back past your first 3 weeks, you will then naturally fold right into intermittent fasting again. Not a big deal. I haven't ate since dinner last night. We ate around 6 o'clock, and it's noon, so I'm still on track. I'm got my water. I'm still working on coffee because it's a rainy day, but that next process kicks right back in. So now you can start with your intermittent fasting again. Um, and then you can look at what your needs are. So maybe sometimes you need to lower your fat on some days, and you should. Other days you might need to raise your fat. Um, it comes down to listen to your body. And here's the other thing too, guys. When it comes to your macronutrient, your macros, and whether or not you should intermittent fast, whether or not you should do OMAD, whether or not you should be carnivore, should you eat more greens? I think this is going to be a topic that has to be um, individualized. So, somebody who has already been through menopause. I'm not going to use a younger person as an example. Say we're postmenopausal, you're already well past your period years and your hormones have balanced out. And I find that a lot of people who are in this bracket tend to enjoy eating only once a day for some reason. When you've got thousands of people who follow you, you're reading everybody's comments. And I find that the postmenopausal people generally, not all, but generally have lower appetites, don't eat as often. Doesn't mean that there's not the few out there that go, no, that's not me. but I do get a lot of that. Then you've got your younger people who have better, healthier metabolisms, whose immune system is not compromised, who find that they can eat more food, expend more energy, maintain their weight. And you've got your parent. I'm just saying, there's so many people out there that uh, are so unique in what their needs are. So learn to listen to your body once you become fat adapted. I kind of bounce back and forth. There are days or a week at a time where I'm like, I just stay away from dairy and I feel great. Then there's times I like it. I still don't gain weight or lose weight. There's times that I crave fish or shrimp or salmon. Your body does try to give you some uh, guidance when it comes to certain things when you're craving. Your body's saying, "Hey, your brain needs some omegas." Or when I'm craving greens, which, man, lots of greens in the last week. Those vitamins, those nutrients that kind of round out what you're doing. So listen to your body, put those fats in, get your support system going. Uh, Lock things up if you need to or have to, even if it's only temporarily. I'm going to look at some comments. If there's anybody I can help, I will help you. Let's see here. La 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 la. Here we go, especially at night. A couple of boiled eggs do wonders to stuff me up. Then I have my regular glasses on. I'm giving my eyes a break from contacts. So I'm like, oh, let's see. That one bite turns into more. It's hard to go back. That's what happened to me too. Amen. And I needed this video. Love it. That's me so much. So true. She hasn't been anything like she was. Oh, I don't eat. Oh, that's a crosstalk thing. Okay, so guilty. I also ate two baked potatoes with gobs of butter and sour cream. Had to get the last potatoes out of the house, right? So I did. Hey, you know, I say this with all love. You are my people. For real. I mean, like, you get it. So when I'm talking to you, I know you get me back. Like, yes, I could eat two baked potatoes. I could eat a half a pot of spaghetti. I mean, we could talk about the things that we could eat. Last of the chips, might as well finish them. It's sort of like one of those little Facebook memes you see, It's like I went on a seafood diet. I ate everything I saw, or I was trying to get rid of everything so I could go on this diet. Yeah. And how did I get rid of it? I ate it all, you know? I get it. I 100% get it. Okay, shoot, just saw this. I'm late to the game, Kathy. Okay, that's I'm intermittent fasting daily. Fasting is such a great tool, but someone told me I should eat to heal my body, which now confuses me. Tracy, you can heal your body by eating keto. And if that, like I said, if your goal isn't weight loss, look, y'all, I've got so many holes in my clothes now. You know why? Because I have a husky puppy. I just saw that. I was like, what the heck is on my shoulder? Okay, so when you're eating to heal your body, then eating clean is your mission. You really do want to try to avoid dairy if it's an issue for you. And you really want to eat lots of rounded out fresh greens and vegetables and wonderful cuts of meat and nice healthy fat. That's the foundation of the keto diet. It is the foundation. So if you're eating like that, then you should be just fine. And like I said, some days your body says, "Hey, I need more energy. Please give me some more fat." You eat a little more fat. You'll be just fine. I think where we run into problems, a few pitfalls for some folks, especially if weight loss is your goal. It's always my goal, but it is what it is. But, you know, when you have to eliminate certain things for health reasons or for weight loss reasons, see it as a temporary thing. Don't feel like, try not to, I'll put it that way, try not to feel like you're deprived and that your world of food is getting smaller and smaller. For instance, dairy seems to be one of the biggest, I think, biggest abused foods in our that we overeat and eat too much of as women and keto women. So we love to put cheese on everything. Cream cheese, hard cheese, shredded cheese slices, it doesn't matter. Cheese roll ups. I mean, we make our fathead pizzas, our miracle dough pizzas. It's all cheesy, cheesy, cheesy. Well, if you notice that you're stalling or you're gaining or having issues, dairy could be one of your biggest ones. Cheese is like the huge thing. I find that I make sure to limit it. There are days, like for yesterday, for instance, I'll give you an example. So feeling fantastic, okay? I had to run errands all day yesterday. I left the house without eating. I was at the grocery store, and now it's mid-afternoon, and I still haven't ate. So I ate a bag of Quest chips. I didn't have grocery shopping to do, so I refused to go over to the food aisle. Okay? Tip number one. If you don't need it, don't go there. So I was on the pharmacy side though, where the nutritional diet foods are. Grabbed a bag of Quest chips, worked in a pinch. Perfect for me. I don't mind it. That held me until I got home. And then I was getting ready to start dinner, and now I'm hungry. So I got some summer sausage, some shaved chicken, sliced chicken, deli chicken, and I had 4 slices of American cheese. And then I got a little cup of mayo and mustard, mixed it, and I kind of dipped those meat and cheese roll ups into that fattiness and ate it. I puffed up. I definitely think it was processed meat. Now, here's the thing, guys. I've never had an issue with it. What once bothered me now, it didn't bother me, now bothers me. So pay attention to your body. If you're eating something new, do it in isolation. If you notice that are eating heavy cheese and yet you're feeling stuffy or having headaches or congestion or you're feeling tight in your fingers, try eliminating it. This goes back to my original advice when I very first started. Eliminate or modify or eliminate. So let's see here. Love, love, love cheese. Yes. Wheat bothers me instantly. Oh, that's from Elizabeth. Me too. Like, wheat is the devil. Not supposed to have it at all. But when I'm bad, I don't care. Let's see. My heartburn left too, and wheat goes directly to my joints and bloats everything, fingers and face mainly. Exactly. Yes. And see, that's the wonderful thing. The sooner you get back on track, the sooner you start feeling better. Your health improves, your inflammation goes down, your energy levels go up, even your mood, like your mood improves. Like, I'm so happy to be keto. And it's all I can say. It makes a difference. It really does. Well, guys, I hope this has been helpful for y'all. I want to just encourage you to use the tools that you have at your disposal. So, fats first, moderate protein, go ahead and get your veg, keep it low carb, eat as often as you need to stay away from bad food choices. If you think you're going to go into there and make a bad choice, if you're going to grab some chips or you're going to reach for the ice cream or you're going to get, a potato out, grab fat. Just grab it really quick and get it and start eating that. And do it until that other craving is passed. One step at a time, you can do it. Then use your accountability and support tools. You have Facebook, you obviously have YouTube, so it is here, it is available. There's Messenger. There's those times where you're like, help, I am in a spot right now. I'm staring down a birthday cake in my refrigerator and I think it's going to win. Message somebody in group, personally, whoever, just if you need to. Like, my daughter comes home every day and says, did you have a good day? How are you doing? I get text messages on my phone during the day. Hope you're having a good time, Mom. You got this. You're strong. I mean, she's been very, very encouraging for me, which helped me all the more know that I could do this because I had done it before. And that's what I would tell you. You did it once, you can do it again. So, best of luck to you. We're here for you if you need us. And remember, guys, fats first, moderate protein, low carb, and get you some.